When we watch the Earth transition from winter snow to spring bloom, we are not looking at a random meteorological event. We are watching an exact structural design functioning as intended. The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14, establishes that the celestial lights were placed in the sky for a strict purpose, to serve as signs, seasons, days, and years. In the Hebrew text, the word for seasons is moadim, which means appointed times. In this system, seasons are not vague periods that bleed into one another. They possess exact mathematical boundaries that frame the entire 364-day calendar year. When these appointed seasonal boundaries are removed, the calendar's internal logic fails. Without them, there is nothing to prevent the days from drifting out of their assigned places. Modern timekeeping relies on a flawed mechanism, an endless, continuous string of 7-day weeks that roll forward without ever pausing for seasonal shifts. This diagram shows what happens when a continuous 7-day loop rolls over a 365-day solar track. Because the math does not divide evenly, the 7th-day marker mechanically slips out of sync with the solar year. By forcing the week to run continuously, this human system forces the sacred Sabbath to wander, landing on completely different calendar days every single year. The Book of Enoch explicitly warned against this exact failure. The text states, "If the moon governs the year and leads the seasons, the order of days will be disturbed, and the Sabbaths will wander from their places." A God of perfect order requires a perfect system. To prevent this chaotic drift, the calendar requires a specific architectural hinge. The restored creation calendar operates as a flawless, load-bearing architectural framework containing exactly 364 days. This wheel shows the complete year breaking down into 4 perfect equal seasons, representing the distinct locked quadrants of creation. Inside a single quarter, there are 3 equal months of 30 days each, providing exactly 90 numbered days. But 90 days does not complete a season. The missing unit required to finish the 91-day span is the Tekufah. The word Tekufah translates to turning or circuit, and it operates as the precise seasonal turning day. The mathematics are exact. 91 days multiplied by 4 seasons equals the perfect, unbroken 364-day biblical year. This 364-day year is an interlocking mechanism designed specifically to house exactly 52 perfect weeks. How does this calendar absorb the changing of the seasons without shifting the weekly Sabbath out of alignment? This diagram shows how the Tekufah acts as an intentional pause. It is a real day, counted in the year, but it is entirely excluded from the 7-day weekly count. Look at the sequence ending a quarter. Day 28 is the final Sabbath of the month. Days 29 and 30 are transitional days that fall outside the week. Then day 31 arrives, the Tekufah. The weekly count remains completely frozen, while this hinge day absorbs the seasonal transition. The morning after the Tekufah, month 4 begins. The weekly count resumes perfectly on day 1. By absorbing the seasonal shift without consuming a weekday, the Tekufah ensures the rhythm of 7 remains permanently anchored. Because modern calendar systems removed these boundaries entirely, immense historical confusion and false doctrines now surround the Tekufah days. We must be precise. The Tekufah is absolutely not a weekly Sabbath. It is also not a high Sabbath. Furthermore, there is a strict boundary regarding appointed feasts. No moedim can ever be placed on a Tekufah transition day. The Book of Leviticus commands that feasts fall on specific numbered days within the months. Because the Tekufah is situated between the months, it remains structurally separate from the appointed feasts. The Tekufah exists structurally to protect the placement of Yahuah's appointed times. It never hosts them. This chart shows the ultimate harmony of the completed design. 4 turning points, exactly 364 days, and 52 weeks locked perfectly in place. In the continuous Roman week, or the shifting lunar month, religious observances wander chaotically across the calendar. Under this divine order, the Sabbath rests firmly in place. Just as the earth requires a physical pause between a harvest and the renewal of spring, the calendar requires a moment of stillness. This seasonal hinge maintains the original 364-day architecture, keeping the order of creation and the Sabbath perfectly fixed forever.